c'est le 2. c'est le 2. Donc on va essayer de varier les questions. Cette fois-ci, j'ai même peu mes fiches. On verra ce qu'on va faire, on verra où on va. En tout cas, vous savez pourquoi vous êtes là. C'est parce que vous êtes fan de Battlestar Galactica. Je vais les appeler tous les deux directement. C'est 3 nominations d'Oscar et chacun un Saturn Award pour le rôle dans la série. Mesdames et messieurs, Mary McDonnell et Edward James Olmos. Welcome back. Let me check if your microphone's on. Yep, now it is. Okay, so let's just set up. Je vais faire une sieste.
Je vais faire une sieste. Bye bye.
Mary elle a pu jeudi, elle a une très très grosse journée, elle m'expliquait un petit peu elle commençait un peu à cracher. You were crashing. Yeah. Sorry to... Alors, déjà on va régler tous ceux, parce que ceux qui étaient là hier, on va régler un petit truc ici. So, they know that I know that I am quite sure I've heard we had a date last night. I was on the top of the Eiffel Tower, freezing my nose off, and you never came.
Well, I'm very sorry, but I had another date.
Elle avait un autre rendez-vous. I'd like to tell you it's the first time someone does this to me, but the reality is, it's every single time.
You poor man.
Yes, I am a poor man. I thought you would understand.
I do.
All right, it's a pleasure having you again, though. It's lovely to see you again. We'll see where we go from here. We'll play it by ear. Lots of people saw what we did yesterday. So let's just maybe try to summarize yesterday. Hier, on a parlé de la partie politique de la série, de la fait qu'ils étaient les contre-pouvoirs l'un de l'autre, et de quelle façon est-ce que cette série était encore maintenant d'actualité. So, I think this is basically where we went yesterday. How important is the series now still? How relevant is it still today to what he was trying to say so many years ago, 2 decades? 2 decades ago.
Yes, I would agree with you 1,000 times over. That's what we were talking about.
That is what we were talking about, yes.
That's you had to be.
Let me just say one thing. I asked you, some of you, who was here yesterday? Okay, great. I said age of discovery. It's age of disclosure. Okay, and a lot of you found it right away and said, "Oh, it's the age of disclosure." The documentary's name is The Age of Disclosure. Please watch it.
Donc hier il nous parlait d'un documentaire qui pour lui est hyper important, qui s'appelle Age of Disclosure. Il était tellement important ce documentaire qu'il a donné le mauvais titre. Fact. Et it was so important to you that you gave the wrong title.
Yes, it's so important. Actually, that shows you how old I am.
Because j'ai essayé de regarder, I tried to watch it, I told you, I tried to watch it last night, et c'est sur Amazon Prime, donc malheureusement j'ai pas la prendre, je n'ai pas su le voir, et Age of Disclosure qui en fait nous explique que depuis les années 40, on nous cache des choses. Et que donc en fait il y aurait des extraterrestres qui seraient arrivés, qui seraient effectivement parmi nous. Et je peux vous confirmer que c'est vrai. Extraterrestrial beings are running amongst us. I can confirm that to you. And you would as well if you met my mother-in-law. Fact. And I will say you this, it sounds like an insult, but my wife knows she's half extraterrestrial.
I
So beautiful she is.
dated quite a few.
Yeah. Okay. Anything to add, James?
I would like to just say, time runs really quickly and we talk too much. I would like you guys to ask the questions. That way we'll be where you want to be, okay? So there's a microphone. Please come up and start asking questions instead of us just rambling.
Before we do that, et en fait, réfléchissez déjà à vos questions. Or think already what question you want to ask, because this is mainly what we're going to do now. We've talked a lot yesterday. But I would like, for those who don't know, and I think that's a highlight in your careers, to talk again about the United Nations moment. At the end of the series, you guys went to United Nations to talk about the impact of the series and about the political message of the series. Can you talk again about that particular moment before we head to their question, please?
That's right. So we went to the United Nations. We were invited to the United Nations for the body of the UN used the example of Battlestar Galactica to explain to the American people attending exactly what each department did and what their level of involvement was in the world and what the particular task was.
Department within the ship, you mean, within the story?
No, within the United Nations,
relating
to stories on Battlestar, to explain the job and the commitment of that UN ambassador, or that, do you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So it was a teaching tool, actually.
Et donc en fait ils ont été là pour expliquer ce que chaque département des Nations Unies faisait en rapport avec la série. Donc si on les compare à la série, quel était leur job dans les Nations Unies et de quelle façon ils devaient donc l'adapter ou accomplir leur travail pour l'humanité si on met le parallèle avec la série. And also you had beautiful words as well that really went viral, and it would be lovely to talk about that again.
Yeah, during the conversation with the head of reconciliation for the United Nations, he used a term, race, the word race, as a cultural determinant, meaning that there was a white race, a brown race, a black race, a yellow race, a red race, and he was moving very forward, as we all do. We all feel, we've been taught that there are different races. And I said, I gotta stop it here, man. I can't do this. And I said, listen, there's only one race, and we all know there's only one race. And that's the human race. And inside of the human race, there are beautiful cultures, but there's only one race. And I said it, and it caused a lot of, there was cheers in the audience, like there was yesterday. And I can say that the thing that was most impressive for me was about 3 months later, they called me from the UN and tell me that they changed the entire charter of the UN so that they've changed it now that the word race is a unifying word and not a divisionary word. So now they're using the word race as only one race.
How about this then? Yeah. And let me tell you that before we went in to be a part of the UN, we were all in the green room, and Whoopi Goldberg was our moderator. And so we're all sitting around, like absolutely shaking. We didn't know what we were going to say. We're like, what do we say at the UN? It was a lot to anticipate and a lot to feel confident inside of, right? This guy goes to help him, takes over the room. It was really impressive, and we were like, go, Eddie, go. It was great. It was just great.
Et donc effectivement, il disait qu'à un moment, pendant leur panel aux Nations Unies, il y a une des personnes des Nations Unies qui emploie le mot race en disant il y a la race blanche, brune, jaune, bleue, rouge, verte. Et lui dit non mais attendez, je vous arrête tout de suite, en fait il n'y a pas 10 races différentes, il y a une race humaine. C'est un terme qui devrait nous unifier et pas nous diviser. Et 3 semaines plus tard, on a rappelé pour dire qu'ils ont changé toute la charte des Nations Unies pour parler d'une race humaine qui est unifiée dans un dominatif de la race humaine. Et puis il explique dans les coulisses, ils étaient un petit peu nerveux, ils disent nous on va aller dire aux Nations Unies. Et quand lui a lancé cette idée-là, ce speech où il avait tout le monde dans sa poigne, et il était très content. Et hey, vas-y Yannick, allez. Yeah. Yeah. Yes. En fait, on demande d'arrêter de filmer. Voilà. Il n'y a pas de souci. Mais tu vas faire 10 pompes.
We just want to be all in the same room, if you don't mind.
C'est une question de est-ce qu'on peut arrêter de filmer, histoire d'être juste tous ensemble et vivre le moment. Et ce sera plus intéressant de le garder en mémoire. Et comme ça, ce sera plus intéressant que de regarder sur un petit écran. Exactly. Super sexy. I had a question ready, which is not about the political thing, but actually about the acting. And if that's okay, Edward, I thought I only had Edward now, so it's very funny. But I will ask you the.
I'll tell you anything about it.
Oh, will you? Edward, you have the reputation for preparing your role so well by creating a character, and this led you to improvise or to reuse, I should say, some lines of the film in a way that was in phase with your characters. You did it with Blade Runner, with the whole line like everyone. Two batches die, but then again we all do something along those lines, paraphrasing. And then the famous "So Say We All," which was written differently in the script as well. And I think that's all linked to the way you prepare for your roles, where you can basically, once you're in there in that space, you can go anywhere that feels right, where it happens. Can you tell us about that process?
Yeah, I think that when you work in the world that we work in, which is nothing more than trying to make situations occur that feel true, so that you, the viewer, can get something from it and get a humanity feeling from it. So the world that I build is no different than the world that Mary or any actor builds. They have to do some understanding. Now, the depth of how I dive into it is a little different than anybody else's, because I'm me, and I have my own thumbprint, so I'm completely different than anyone else. And but I have to say, I'm very lucky that I've been working with people who are secure, and it's one of the premises that I have an audition. I don't say this to be egotistical, but I haven't auditioned for a role since 1978. You want to turn that off, or should I break your camera?
Tu filmes?
Turn off?
Est-ce que tu vas arrêter de filmer, s'il te plaît?